Today's exhibit by Get Your Life Right Industries, the proud makers of the Trend Chaser. Are you tired of hopping on trends you don't even like just to get 300 views? Introducing the Trend Chaser Kit for creators. For creators who confuse motion with progress, with features like late to the trend, guaranteed to post after it's dead, forced reaction mode even when it's not funny, and our flagship product, the Brand Eraser, removes your personality completely. So if you're chasing trends instead of building a brand, call Get Your Life Right Industries. And get your life right, because trends don't equal growth.
Good evening. This is No Cap Live. I'm Allee Major. It's Monday. Let's make this happen. And this is our first live stream with my Monday crew. Let's get it. With Sincere and Carlos Walker. Tonight isn't a lecture. It's a table. It's a community. It's real life. How we're doing, how we're thinking, and what we're learning in real time. So here's the question. What's been sitting on my chest all week? And that is, what are you protecting right now? Your peace, your ego, or your future? Because you can't protect all three the same way. So now, I want to introduce Sincere. Carlos will be in 1 second. Please bear with us. What up, though? I'm glad you're here.
How we doing? How we doing?
We doing real good. Like I said, Carlos will be here in 1 second, but before we get deep, let me check in. I want to ask the chat something. How's your spirit today? That's what I really would like to ask. So let me put this in the chat right quick. How is your spirit today? I know that protecting my peace is really important. It keeps my stability, my mentality on point. It keeps me from going overboard and losing it at any given moment. And to keep your peace is so positive, and it's such a way to hold yourself in dignity. Am I wrong or am I right? Talk to me.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
So that's what we're here
That's
about. I just want to kick it to my people tonight, see how you feeling. So let me check in with you right quick. How you feeling?
how I'm feeling. I'm feeling great. Like I said, I just came back from a little cannabis run. So I'm having a good
Yes.
time. you know, Enjoying my nights, my first night off. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Good.
I got to be on this podcast, and I appreciate
Yes.
you thinking of me. You know what I'm saying? So
You know you
that's a good thing. That's a blessing. Um,
right.
you know,
Okay.
I'm
Well, at
just,
this
that's how I
time,
protect my peace. Just do positive
absolutely.
things. You know
Absolutely.
what
At
I'm
this
saying?
time, I really want people to get to know you sincere. So I'm going to give you 1 to 3 minutes to tell people about yourself, and I'm going to get you the full stage. So here you go. Up, hold on.
Well,
Up, oh,
oh,
mistakes, mistakes. Let's go right here. Here you go.
all right. So I'm on. All right. So I'm sincere. I'm from Connecticut, and I love to cook. Currently, I'm a vegan chef, and basically, I just stay out the way. You know what I'm saying? I go on my little vacations, have a good little time. You know what I'm saying? But stay out the way, I'm looking for a betterment in the community. You know what I'm saying? With our people, black people in general, all people, but black people specifically. Um, and I'm just enjoying myself. I don't know if
What's
I could
going
do
on,
this
bro?
for 3 minutes, but you know, I'm just
Oh, I ain't
a
give
little
you the link.
experience. Hmm?
Oh shit, my bad.
What happened? Oh,
My bad, sincere, my bad. I ain't know my microphone was on. Pardon me. Excuse me, y'all. Excuse me.
nah, you good. But yeah, like I said, I like to cook, I like to travel. I love animals. I love communicating, and just turning negative into a positive. That's what I'm out to do. Um, and I would love to hear from all the followers, fans, feedback, um, on what we could do better and how we could level. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I could do this for 3 minutes, bro. That's passive.
That's
I'm
fine.
real.
You ain't
I'm
had to
real
do it for
chill.
3 minutes. My bad. Like I said, this
Yeah.
the first night. Paul, me. I'm getting everything right, and I'm bringing Carlos in. It was my fault because I thought I sent my man's the link, but obviously he said I didn't send him the link. That's my fault, and I'm gonna take ownership for that. But anyways, back to the script and game plan. Peace is
Yeah.
necessary because sometimes people call it peace when it's really avoidance. When you say you're protecting your peace, what does it look like in real life? Me, myself, I'm focused, I'm grateful. And I'm in a season where protecting my energy is like protecting my money because there's no real difference between the two. Um, my first question that I pull up before Carlos comes on, because he should have the link right now, is I'm going to ask you a question right quick. When you say you're protecting your peace in life, what does it look like to you, Sincere?
Well, protecting my peace is staying away from old things that I outgrew. You know what I'm saying? If you knew better, you know that saying. If you knew better, you do better. If you live by that, then you follow through with that. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Um, it's just certain things you just gotta uh remove from your life in order to have that peace you want for yourself. Not what everybody else wants. It's the outside noise that's cutting you off from what you got within. So you know what I'm saying. Sometimes that it hurts to let people go and let things and places go too. But in order to grow and be in peace, you got to get to know yourself first. A lot of people don't know themselves, so they always live in chaos instead of the peace. You know what I'm saying?
That's why you my peoples right there. That's why you my people right there. You gotta know yourself. I love that. The way
Right.
you came with that, that was beautiful.
Yeah, that's how I see it. That's how I see it.
Okay, so let me ask you another question then. What's the difference between peace and isolation?
So it's one thing to create peace because you could create peace, like you can pursue happiness, right? But you can't really ever get to it. You can't always have a peaceful day. Something in this world is gonna get in between that.
Mm-hmm.
So isolation is no bullshit. Isolation to me is how you could get it mixed up. Is what I'm trying to say is you could think you having a peaceful situation with not being around people and not
Mm-hmm.
talking to people, but you really isolating yourself and you letting time go by and you become in this one track mind. So you gotta know how to
Mm.
balance the two. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You can't just stay in the house and just watch the same videos and listen to the same songs and hang out and talk to the same people. You gotta explore. You know what I'm saying? Isolation, it's brain rot. Can't do that.
Absolutely. Mm. I love that right there. We're gonna get into isolation a little more because I was about to ask you, what's the difference? Like, how does a person manage the difference between peace and isolation? I know the difference myself, but what I'm trying to do is get you to show the mechanics behind what a person does when they isolate themselves from from when they're peaceful. There's a difference between that. You can be by yourself and
Right.
peaceful, but then you can be by
Yeah.
yourself and be in pure agony. And that's what I'm trying to talk about.
Well, the balance. It's called. So the balance to me is called boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Is boundaries. That's all it is. Is boundaries.
Okay. Well, at this time,
That's the
I want
balance.
to hold back. I want to hold back, sincere, and I want to say peace and blessings to Carlos Walker.
Oh,
Peace,
what's up? What's
brother.
up?
Peace,
I'm
peace
sorry.
and
I know your
blessings.
day
Peace
was
and blessings.
busy.
What's
I
up?
know your day was busy, and I know it took you a little second to get here. But I'm so blessed, and I'm so glad you're here. Um, so we didn't get into too much. Tonight is about yourselves, ourselves, how we hold our emotions together, and what's the difference between that. What it looks like to go for gold, or what it looks like to say you are, but yet and still be in agonizing pain the whole time. Um, I don't know if I cleared that or rounded that out about right, sincere, but I think that was right on point. What you think?
Yeah.
All right, that's a bet. Carlos, at this time, I would love for you to introduce yourself and tell people about yourself, okay? And I'm gonna give you the floor once again. You know you, my brother. Here you go. Up. Hold on. Why is these mixed? You're on both? Hello? Oh, I wanted to highlight this here tonight. Anyways, Carlos, my brother, please give the people a couple minutes of your time.
So, my name is Carlos Walker. I am an artist, author, formerly incarcerated, inspirational speaker, creator of a rap debate. Think I ought to put all that in there. So, a little bit about myself. I am the baby of six kids by Hilton and Anil Walker. I did 13 years in prison, came home 7 years ago. My artwork has now been at the World Trade Center 3 years in a row. I've exhibited in DC twice, Baltimore twice, Florida, Georgia, Philly, Ohio. I've sold over 15,100 copies of a book I wrote and over 14,800 hand to hand and signed every one of them. That was all glory be to God. And last, you remember when Kim Kardashian and them fought for prison reform? I'm a recipient of it. So shout out.
I love that. I love that. And now I'm mad that I waited to the end to have myself come But nah, this is my brother Carlos. I've known him for about 5 years now. About 5 years now, I think. Maybe six. I know I came out of prison 6.5 years ago. 6 months after getting out of prison, I went to the African American Museum, and that's where I met my brother at.
Oh, that's
So I
nice.
think I've known you for anywhere from 3 to 5 years now. I'm not clear because we getting a little
Probably about
older.
three.
We getting a little older, you
I th-
know. So I might have slipped a little bit,
Yeah.
but that's fine. Before I ask you this question, though, I would like to say that for those who don't know, my name is Allee Major. I am a creator, director, producer. I went to college, got 2 degrees. I am an honor roll student. I graduated with honors. Um, I've created multiple shows, and I've been up here for maybe 2 years now, 3 years now. Carlos, this is our second. This is our second show together, and I'm so
Mhm.
proud. I'm so happy. Like seriously, you don't know how this makes me feel as a person that me and my brother have a relationship, and we really went through the trenches and still came out right. We out here getting it every single day, and I respect you. I like seriously, we working hard as fuck, and I'm proud of that. So now that I've said that, I said my quick spill. Carlos, what's the difference between peace and isolation?
So peace for me, when you think about peace, peace starts in the mind. It does not start out here. Everybody think that they get peace out here, and you don't get peace because you choose not to deal with situations. Isolation is when you block yourself off from everything that possibly could come against you. That's not peace. You're supposed to be able to have peace in the middle of storms. According to the Bible, they use Jesus as a depiction. There was a storm going on out the the disciples. They ran downstairs, and he was asleep in the middle of a storm. The question is can you have peace no matter where you're at, no matter what is going on? Can you still be peaceful here?
Mm, mm. Good.
So,
I love that.
isolation, you separating yourself to try to get peace, but more than likely you still ain't got peace. And then peace to me is when you can do it in the middle of your storm.
I love that. Because my next
Yeah.
statement was, what are you about to say, Sincere? Let me get that.
No, I said absolutely. I agree with that.
Absolutely. My next statement
I just like
was,
to hear how everyone's brain works. That's it. That's
mm,
dope.
I told you about my boy. I told you. A lot of people are alone. I was about to say a lot of people are alone and calling it healing. Just because you shed everybody and everything does not mean you're healing. You're actually putting yourself inside of a bigger trap. Um, so peace is not just quiet. Peace is alignment. If your life is quiet, but your future is loud with consequences, um, that's not peace at all. Um, I'd like to ask the chat at this time. What did you cut off this year that actually helped you? And I'm about to write it in the chat right quick. Um, and then I'm about to say, let's go to ego. Let's go to ego right quick. Um, Ego is expensive. Ego will have you losing quietly just to look right in public. What's the common ego trap you've seen, especially in men, when it comes to growth? And I'm going to start this with sincere.
Um, well, what I seen is a lot of young men, they trying to catch these girls, and they see that uh, a designer. It's a designer war out there right now. They running around here grabbing shit. They don't even know. They can't even afford it. You live at your mama house, but they over there with the designer. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was growing up, we just got the Tommy Hilfiger, little Calvin Klein. But I don't understand. That's the ego though. Like, oh, I gotta look like this to get like that, and you just gotta be your true self to get whatever you need. You know what I'm saying? But it takes a lot of growth to understand that.
Good one. Good one. Carlos, I'm going to ask you the same question. What's the most common ego trap you've seen, especially in men, when it comes to growth?
Not learning to be vulnerable,
Mm, mm,
not being able to be open,
got you.
being
Facts.
closed off. When you're closed, you can't get nothing in, can't get nothing out. When you're vulnerable, everything, yes, can happen to you, but what happens is you can even get everything God wants for you. And growth comes with being vulnerable.
Mm, I love that. Sincere, if you haven't noticed, Carlos is our spiritual brother. He's very spiritual, and I respect it. I love all my people. It don't matter. And I don't push anything off on anybody, but I believe being spiritual is a part of life. So that plays a big part in the conversation. Me myself, the biggest ego trap is confusing pride with strength. Strength is being teachable. Ego is needing to be right. Um, People need to look ahead and really learn what the word unbothered means, because needing to win every conversation is not it. Ego will have a man lose years just to avoid looking like a beginner, and that's the facts from me. I don't know how else to say it. Um, you guys agree with me, or am I saying something off? Talk to me. I like to make sure that I'm on point with what I'm saying.
I absolutely agree. Like everybody's point of view is correct, because we got all different views and the way we think. And you guys are men, so you guys could give me your point of view better than I could
That's why
think
we in
of
this
it. You
room.
know what I'm
That's why
saying?
we in this room. But I got a question for you, right quick. What about women? Do they have ego traps?
Absolutely. I think they get caught up in a world where it's a want world, and whatever the people want, they become people pleasers essentially. And then
Mm,
they lose their self in that, but they got to follow the trend. So it's like you got to, like I said again, you got to be real to yourself, and that comes with growth. Like you got to sit back and think about it. Like I'm not like it. You got to know it's good not to be like everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
I love that.
But it takes a strong, willed and minded woman to really sit back, and while all this hype and all these opportunities for your body and all that is coming up, sit back and be like, nah, I got a brain. I'm gonna get this shit the way I need to get this shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm,
that's how I feel about it.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Carlos, do you have anything to add, or do you want me to move on? I think she said
Nah,
enough.
pretty
I
much.
think I think I
Yeah,
think she said
yeah,
I think
yeah.
she said I think she said everything that we Okay,
I mean,
so
shit.
do you think people are more afraid of failing or being seen trying to do it? And I'm gonna start with Carlos this time.
Hmm. A lot of people are, I'll go with afraid of failing.
Mm,
They don't want to not win, so they won't even start.
gotcha. I love that. I love that. Sincere, I'm
Yeah.
gonna ask you the same question. Do you think people are afraid of failing or being seen trying?
I feel like people I'm gonna piggyback off of what you said because it's true. It really
Mm-hmm.
is true. Like they don't even start because they get wrapped up into their thought. And that right there, that
Mhm.
now you battling your mind. Now you got self doubt. Now you gonna sit back and wait a couple days. Like you gonna keep on telling yourself you can't. And then come to find out, you can. Oh, and it's
Mm-hmm.
You can.
easy. But
Mm-hmm.
until you trust yourself. You ain't gonna,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? You gotta trust yourself. It's a lot. It's a lot of brain building.
Self building. Absolutely. I
Yeah,
love it. Brain building, self building, mental and physical. You got to build those specs. We did that.
yeah,
We learned that from prison, bro. We learned that from prison. You gotta you're sitting on the bunk. You gotta build those facts. You gotta keep your mind strong, and then you gotta get your body strong. I think a lot of
absolutely.
people are stuck into this looking cool part versus being consistent. They're non-consistent, but they want to be cool. You know what I'm saying? They might act stupid for a reason, but be smart as hell, but act stupid. You catch them on the side, they're talking like Walter Cronkite, but you catch them around they folks, and here they go. It's 2 Chains.
They dumb themselves down.
Exactly. I think pride is in struggle. Fact. And I think refusing help is wrong. I think everybody in society at one point in time or another to get on the right track needs some kind of help. I think we can't do anything by ourselves. We can, technically, but not really because you still need the network and you need people. Um, I think a lot of people are stuck in choosing familiar chaos too. I think that right there deals with the failing to or excuse me, being afraid to fail. They choose what's familiar to them, even though they know that it's gonna take them the wrong way. And I got plenty of homeboys that's still going to prison now because they used to that chaos. That chaos is all they used to. I'm not gonna leave this hood. I'm in this hood. This hood love me. This is where I make my money at. Ah, but we need to grow up as a people. So, what I want to ask is to chat another question, and I want the chat to be honest. What's one thing you pretended doesn't bother you, but does? And I'm gonna write that in the chat too. Once again, I'm gonna say what's one thing that you pretend doesn't bother you, but does bother you. Sometimes in life we have to be honest with ourselves, and we have to tell each other what we can handle and what we can't handle. And if we can't handle it, just say you can't handle it. Um, Carlos, tell me how you feel about what I just said. Use my strong brother and my ace in the hole when it comes to logic and just staying on the forward path. A lot of times you call me and you'll be like, "How you doing today?" And I'm doing great. I feel great and I'm moving. So lately, I mean, when we first started, I wasn't feeling too great. I was always but you, on the other hand, you keep that positivity and you kept it in me. So I'm gonna give you a chance to piggyback off what I said and just add some more cheer.
To the part of what it is
I
that you
just
can't
spoke about
handle.
about people pretending why they're scared, why they fail. I was just talking about failing.
Oh,
Period.
you back up. You still back. You still
Yep,
on
I'm
the.
still I'm still
Cause
in what I was
I
talking
had you
about right
shoot to
there.
the chat. That's the only
Yeah,
reason why I
yeah, I
was
did. I
asking.
shot to the chat, but I want to keep us. I want to keep us in motion with what we're talking about.
Okay, that was just for the chat.
Yeah.
So what I learned is there was two people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna, and I learned this, but I used it as a principle for myself. There was two people. There was two slaves. Slavery had ended, and you had one that looked out into the opening and was like, "Yo, I can't do it." Turned around and went back to the slate to the plantation.
Mm-hmm.
Then there was another one who looked back and he seen what he had just came from, and he looked out into the opening and he felt that that looks better than where I just came from, and he walked out. That's how I came out of prison.
Absolutely. That's
I
why I'm
came
still
out
out of prison.
as the last guy and say, you know what? I'm not going back to that. I
Hell
take
no.
my chances with whatever is out here. And most people, their fear lies in the unknown.
Mm.
When you do not know something, how it's going to work out. This is the failure part.
Yep.
Whether I'm going to win or whether I'm going to lose, whether I'm going to swim or whether I'm going to drown. And most of these people be in their head, as Sincere just said, they're in this mental funk and they don't realize that they're meant to win. Winning doesn't always mean that the goal that you create in your mind is going to get set either. Winning is that I learn lessons as I go. Meaning, even if it doesn't turn out the way out, what did I learn? If you never experienced life, what the hell is you doing? You have to jump out there and let life do it, take its course. You might fall, you might win, but at least give yourself a chance to try something different.
Facts.
So for me,
Absolutely.
anybody who's going through anything, who's trying to figure out some shit, jump out there and try it.
Try
Because
different
otherwise
things.
you'll turn back around and go back to that slave plantation or that slave ass mindset instead of walking out that you are.
Absolutely. I appreciate that, brother. I agree with you 1000%. And I knew I came to you for a reason. So now let's move on to the future. The future is built in boring moments, not speeches. What's one small decision that's changed your trajectory? Something nobody's clapped for. And I'm going to start. Let me pull this up first. I'm going to. Oh, hold on. Bam. Okay. So I'm going to start this question with Sincere. And I knew you knew I was going to call you that time. I see each other.
Yeah, I'm getting ready. You think getting ready, right?
Yeah, I see you. What's one small decision that changed your trajectory right now? Something that nobody even paid attention to or clapped for?
So I moved. I moved from Connecticut in 2012 to Charlotte, North Carolina, and I stayed out there um for about 8 years.
Okay.
And the people that I have faith and trusted in, I miss these people, right? Like I love them, like they my peoples.
Okay.
Ain't none of them came and visit. They ain't visit. They
Mm,
ain't hit me up and hey, how you been? I'm proud of you for going out on your own. Now, mind you, I ain't gonna tell you my age, but I was in my early 20s at this time, right?
yep.
So I'm thinking my people was gonna come see me. No,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't. And didn't nobody tell me they was happy that I made that choice.
Mm-hmm.
So when I did come back, I realized why. You know what I'm saying? People get caught up in their own life, but um, it's just an eye opener. You know, like if people do what they want to do with their time.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But
Facts.
a few people, a few, not a handful, but a few checked on me. Hey, how you doing? But then that faded too. So it was like, um, and I feel like I grew out there. I grew out. I grew into the woman that I am now.
Mm-hmm.
And it is funny because people thought when I came back I was that same person that left, but I wasn't. So and that's what I'm still fighting right now up in this town that I'm in. They think that I'm this person that I was maybe 15 years ago, and they haven't seen my accomplishment. They don't see it in me. They
Mm.
just choose to ignore it. I feel
Mm.
like that.
Well, that's
Mm.
a good thing. I think that's a good thing because that's underestimation. They don't know where a person's at. So I really think that's a great thing. But I will say, there are some hometowns, I swear, that never change. I don't know why. They stay the same. The people stay in the same mind frame, and that's what it is. Like I told you, I had a homeboy
Yeah,
who said the hood loved him. He died in the hood too, but the hood loved him. So it's like, okay, so at one point in time, we have to come to an understanding here of what's important, the greater view, the greater good. We really have to
right.
understand that point. Um, what's one habit? I'm gonna ask another question. I had to think about that right quick. I had to think. So, what's one habit that quietly builds a future, even when life is chaotic? And I'm gonna start with Carlos on this one. What's one
What's
habit
one habit?
that quietly builds a future, even when life is chaotic?
Mm.
And I went to you for a reason. You do this
I
every
got I
day.
got two I got two, but but consistency.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Absolutely. Sincere, what do you think? One habit that you quietly builds a future, that you do secretly, quiet, and it helps you the
I
whole time.
manifest.
Ah,
I
okay.
manifest.
Yep, I know
Manifest
people
everything
that
I
do that.
do.
There you go. Fire.
And I
Fire.
see it. I see it already manifesting. It's already if it came in my brain, then it already manifests its way to me. So now all I gotta do is just keep on and keep on and keep on. And then it
That's the
I
happens.
consistency.
talk it. I walk it
It
like
it
I
can't
talk
how did it come to me?
it.
Let's talk about it.
Consistency.
How did that come to me?
Consistency. Big one. That is
You
what
know?
builds consistency when you constantly um, head towards. See, the road could be pitch black. You could have no lights on this road, right? Now you can walk forward, you can go to the left or to the right. You can even go back. But yet and still, the object of the game is to move forward. It ain't to go to the left or the right. It's to move forward. It's to go straight towards what your goal is. You're supposed to see that horizon line way out there in the future. And you're just supposed to keep
Exactly.
fucking walking towards that shit.
Right.
That's a small decision that changes trajectory. You know, you can have homeboys that try to push you towards over here, but if you deny that right there and keep going towards what you won't fall victim over here on the left side. So you got to understand what I mean when I say consistency and moving forward. You take baby steps. You never jump because you don't know if there's a fucking ditch right in front of you. So what you do, especially when you're in a landmine situation, there's landmines all over through life. So what you do, what's going on, my
Watch your
brother?
step.
Huh? Yeah, watch your
You
step,
watch your
definitely. Um,
step.
so I got one more question. I got one more question before we do something fun, right quick. Um, what does it look like before something becomes a crisis? What does it look like before something sends you the wrong way? I'll start with sincere. Let me get that. I like your reasoning. Let me get that.
So the question is, what do I think? Okay.
Yep. What do we think it looks like
Um,
before something becomes a crisis?
well, there's always a hint before.
Mm,
There's always something that happens, and you have to be open. You have to be aware,
mm-hmm,
like aware of your surroundings.
mm,
And if you're not, then you're not gonna catch what's the wrath, the what's about to come. So there's always a point. It just nothing never just happens out of no place. You see something before something happens, and if
mm,
you're not paying attention, that's how you end up in a crisis.
mm.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But no, that's really what I think. Like there's
Fire.
always like a couple of things or one thing or something when you think back after, like, yo, yeah, I should have, yeah, there was like a sign or a feeling or
It's
you know what I'm saying?
always, always, always. Before before I
As-
ask Carlos this question, I'm gonna say toxicity is everything. If you pay attention to bad moves, to toxic habits, to toxic conversations, to toxic emotions and toxic abilities, you'll understand better. I think that that plays a big part into catching something before it becomes a crisis. There's always something, like you said, and it keys on. Carlos, I'm gonna ask you the same question because I know you're gonna come a little different than I did. So, what do you think it looks like before something becomes a crisis? Maybe you won't. Maybe you'll come exactly like I did. Maybe I'm wrong, but let me know.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't see crisis.
Ooh, ooh, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me.
To me, I learned to look at everything as a growth moment. It's
Powerful.
because of the mindset that I don't know if I ain't gonna say I've always had it. Because don't get me wrong, sitting in prison, my first 6 months was crisis. But there was, yeah, I lost every dime, so I cried for about 6 months. But it's like some kicked in and made me realize that life is just an experience.
I love
Enjoy the
that.
experience, whether it looks bad, what we think is bad. Normally, the shit works always works itself out. Don't stress and don't allow yourself to get in that moment where I got to do. No, lay back, get in the mindset that this is working out for me. You watch this shit always work out for you anyway.
Mm,
Most of us,
mm,
we get anxiety for things that's in the future.
mm.
And the crazy part is that shit don't never turn out the way you think it is. It always turn out better.
Yes,
You have to be able to
yes.
only calm yourself down, however you can learn how to do it, and watch everything pan itself out. And I learned how to just be patient and wait. I
My
don't see
brother,
crisis.
my brother, my brother. I love it.
Word.
And what? What you about to say, sister? You about to say
I
something?
said no. I
Oh, okay.
said word.
I thought you were about to add something. But I definitely I love your, like I said, he gives me a different way of my thought pattern. Some things I may think is a problem, and he'll tell me, while the storm is going, you smile through the storm, and I understand him. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay,
It don't
cool.
make sense when I say it. Trust me. Look, I understand. Look, because look, I can tell you something, and I learned that it's easier for me to say shit than it is for somebody else to have to go through it. But what
Absolutely.
happens? Normally, he still after he go through it, he be like, you know what? I understand
It's my
now.
brother. It's my brother. He right. And a lot of
Word.
times I notice that, and sometimes you need a second ear. You know what I mean? You just need somebody to be like, look, you bugging
Hmm.
right now. You need to calm down a little bit. Just breathe. Just breathe a second. And sometimes I get so, see, I'm real amped. Sincere, you know me, man. I'm real amped up as a person. So it's like, sometimes that's what I had to learn through being in prison and coming out of prison and coming into the world, is how to calm down. It was, it's not all the goddamn
It's
time.
aggressive there, yeah.
Yeah, I can't be so aggressive out here. So I had to learn that because I was really aggressive at one point in time. Um, at this time, I want to ask the chat another question. Um, in the chat, I would like you to type this. This week, I'm protecting my future by, and one way you're going to protect your future this week. At this time, with my crew, I'm getting ready to bring us to something fun. But before we do, we're going to pay a second to our sponsor. Let's do this.
Today's exhibit is sponsored by Get Your Life Right Industries, the proud makers of bought follower polish. Are you tired of having 20,000 followers and 14 likes and still acting surprised? Introducing bought follower polish for creators who want big numbers with no community. With features like bot comment pack, likes on demand, engagement camouflage, hides the ratio, and brand deal delusion, makes you say they sleeping on me. So if you're buying followers instead of earning trust, call Get Your Life Right Industries. Get your life right because brands can count.
Welcome to the persuasion game, y'all. I'm going to give you a question that I want you to answer. And then I want you to convince me that your answer is right. You have 1 minute to do it. Let's have a little bit of fun here. And I'm going to start with Carlos. Carlos, is cereal a soup?
Cereal or soup? Cereal is a soup.
Okay. Why?
Just like you got potatoes, carrots, and everything that soaks inside the soup. The soup. What happens is the milk is the same exact thing. It transforms the taste of the flavor into what it is. So when you slurping it, whenever you scooping up the the product or whatever it is inside of it, what happens is you get the same consistency as the soup. Cereal's a soup.
Okay. I gave you the boo because, bro. Potatoes and carrots. I get it, but we're
Oh
talking
no!
about brands and flakes.
Oh no! 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 You gotta think. That stuff don't taste like what it tastes like.
Mm. Okay, okay.
So
Sincere, I got a question for you. We're gonna get this one for you now. How many holes does a straw have?
It has it has one. The reason why I got one is because it's like in a funnel and it came out right and it just said doo doo like that. It's like a little tube, right? It's one tube, two holes, but it's in the same funnel,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, you're right. We're gonna go back to Carlos. Carlos, I got a question for you. It's a Jaffa cake a cake or a biscuit? Excuse me, I didn't mean to get that wrong.
don't even know what a Jaffa cake is.
Okay, but what do you think?
Ain't no need. I don't know, so I'm not even
Okay.
gonna jump into this because I ain't got enough information. Look, if I ain't got the information, then no need me even
See,
trying.
you could have got me with the cake word, because Jaffa cake, a cake or a biscuit. Biscuit is different. You could have got me. You could have got me with that.
I ain't even messing with it. Look, I
He
would
said,
have
I don't know
if
what
I
it is.
knew
I
what it
ain't
was.
messing with
I would have took the alternative.
Okay. All right, Sincere, I got another question for you. Is tomato a fruit or a vegetable?
It's a vegetable, man.
Okay, why?
But it's a fruit. But it really is a fruit in real life. Like factually, it's a fruit. But in my eyes, it's a vegetable because it goes with cucumbers and celery and all the other little vegetables that go all these like stir fried, like broccoli and shit. Like it's a So it's both. It's both. It's both.
Okay. It's both. No, I can't go for that. Boo. Okay, Carlos, I got another question for you. Should pineapples be on pizza, bruh?
Hell no.
Why?
It doesn't even look for me. I ain't even. I've never tried it, so I'm gonna let you know I'm a little biased on this.
Okay.
I've never tried it because to me it doesn't even make sense. Keep it all.
You know what? I agree with you. I don't think it belongs on pizza. I agree with you. They say it's Hawaiian,
It's
but
good.
I don't think everything that
I,
has pineapples is Hawaiian.
It's good.
I
It's
understand the
good. But
savory and the sweet thing. I do. It's just I haven't forced myself to try this yet.
Got you. I agree.
yeah, don't
Sincere.
force
She
it.
says good. Sincere says good though.
Okay.
It's good. It's surprisingly good, and it's like, huh? Like what? But it's
What?
alright. I mean, it's not something you. Uh, Give it a try. See if you might like.
Kind of
I'm gonna,
biased.
I'm gonna give it a
I
try
tried.
because you said it. Oh, you ain't fuck
I'm
with it.
see
I
that
ain't fucking with it.
you ain't gonna do that.
I ain't fucking with it. Sincere, I got a question for you. Is cereal a breakfast food or anytime food?
It's an anytime food.
Why?
The reason why it's an anytime food is like when I used to. First of all, I ain't even eat breakfast in the morning, no cereal. I had like soup when I was a kid, right? But when I got home, man, I get me some cereal, and then like it's just like breakfast for. It's like breakfast for dinner, like.
I ate cereal 12 midnight before.
Yeah, midnight in the evening. I
In
mean,
the evening, midnight,
yeah.
I ate cereal like that before. I got another question for Carlos. Is a taco a sandwich?
Hell no. Sandwiches. Nah, I can't even put that in the midst of sandwich material.
All right, explain
I
to me why.
understood. So there's tacos. I mean, sandwiches are normally used with what bread. Even if you do have two tortillas, they're not even called sandwiches. You see what I'm saying? So I can't give it a sandwich.
I like
Tacos
tacos, man.
is
Tacos is tacos, man.
oh
They
man,
their own
got to eat
food
them.
group.
Look, I promise
They their own food group. Sincere, I got one more question for you before we end the game. Is butter a spread or a condiment?
It's a spread.
Okay, why?
I don't
you.
know. It's just
Because
like
it's spread.
not
Look,
like you ain't gonna. I mean, in the morning maybe it's a condiment because it comes with the toast and all that. I don't know. Nah, it's a spread. It's a spread for sure. Spread.
I agree. You got that right there. We got Sincere pulling this game out right here tonight. I know Carlos probably ain't like that too much, but
don't bother me. Look, it is what it is.
Tonight was community, not a lecture, real conversation. If you're protecting your peace, protect it with boundaries, not with avoidance. If you're protecting your ego, understand it's costing you. And if you're protecting your future, prove it with your calendar, not your mouth. This is No Cap Live, and I dare you to cap with my Monday crew, Crystal and Kyle. Why did I wrote that wrong? You not Chris. That's my other side. Sincere and Carlos Walker. Our first live stream together. My name is Allee Major, and I dare you to cap. And I mean that. I dare you as the cap. I don't know why I had her in this lineup, but okay. Anyways, y'all have a good night. Y'all have a good night. Peace and blessings. We out of
Peace and
here.
blessings.
That's
Uh oh. Outro set. Look at me.